Thank you for joining us today with Dawn and Chloe at Nicolago. They moved in 4 weeks ago into their new Regal custom design home. So thanks for joining us today, ladies.
Thank you.
How have you found moving into your new home?
Oh, we've loved moving into our new home. We've been waiting for this moment for about 12 months, and when it finally happened, it was just wonderful.
And how did you find choosing Regal Homes as your home builder?
We found it very easy choosing Regal Homes. We'd actually gone to quite a number of people having a look at designs, and once we spoke with Kim from Regal Homes, we just knew that they were the builders for us.
Sounds nice and easy.
It was, yes.
And how did you find the proposal process? Did you understand what you were getting? Was it all very clear?
It was. It was really good actually. Kim went through the whole process with us, told us exactly what would happen step by step. And what was really good about it too was that he actually went through all the time frames with us, so there was really no surprises there, which was really, really good, and we had a really realistic a realistic time frame, so that we knew exactly how long it was going to take.
Oh, good. No surprises.
No.
And how did you approach the design process? Did you have something in mind, or were you helped along by the design team?
We sat down with Colin, the architect, and Kim, and Colin asked us quite a number of questions about our lifestyle and what we liked, what we disliked, what were we looking in our home, and I came up with quite a number of things. I really wanted big bedrooms. I wanted a lovely family kitchen, which would eventually be the heart of our home, and as you can see, I think that it is.
Yeah.
And he went away. He listened to everything that we had to say. He came back with some sketches. We had a look at them, and we had very minimal changes. And I think within the week we had actually agreed on our design.
Oh, good. Easy.
Yes.
And how did you find the contract? Was it nice and clear, the standard building contract that we used?
The standard building contract was quite easy. It was all laid out for us. The inclusions at the front, all of our clauses at the front, and then the standard New South Wales building contract was at the back. So no, we found it really easy, and we were really happy with it.
Good. And you didn't find that things that you thought would be in there were in there, or weren't in there?
Well, I mean, we went through the contract, and we had a look at all the clauses. They were everything that we had discussed with Kim during the proposal process, and yeah, there weren't any surprises in the actual contract itself. So no, we were fine. We're perfectly fine with the contract.
Fabulous. And when you moved into construction, how did you find that, moving away from the design and sales team?
It was good. I was a little bit apprehensive, but we had been dealing with Kim for a little while. Then I got introduced to Greg the builder, and Greg was just wonderful. It was terrific. My husband Jason was in the Defence Force at the time that we built this house, and he was actually posted away during most of the process, and so the builders were having to deal with myself, and I was a bit apprehensive about that because I'm a woman. I don't really have any building experience, but Greg went through the whole process with me. If I needed to make a decision about something, he went through all the pros and cons with me, and I just found him really easy to deal with.
Great. So you didn't feel awful just because you're a woman that you didn't think you could?
No. In fact, I felt really comfortable. I was always welcomed on site. I was always taken around, shown what was new from the last time that I had been. I was always kept up to date. In fact, Greg would ring me on a weekly basis and say what was going to happen for the pending week, which was wonderful. And then my husband, when he came home on the weekend, we would pop up and we would have a look, and you know, we would know exactly what had taken place during that week because we had had that weekly discussion with Greg.
Oh, fantastic. And how did you find the individual subcontractors, the tilers and painters?
What I found really quite refreshing about the subcontractors with Regal Homes is that I don't think any of them had been not with Regal Homes for less than 10 years. They had been there for quite some time, and I personally think that speaks volumes of the actual the builder and the company, if they have got staff that have been with them for such a long time. And in fact, one of the electrician was telling me that he had actually been there from apprentice and right through. So, you know, that, as I said, to me speaks volumes about the quality of the company.
And they were treated you with respect and
absolutely. They were really, really nice, and all of them did the same thing. And what I liked about it too is that the camaraderie between the tradesmen, because it's such a well-oiled machine. One tradesman was able to come over from the next one and be able to do their particular job because they all touched base with one another, they all knew one another, and it just made the whole process really, really easy, and I said, like a well-oiled machine.
Oh, good. And you were in on time and you didn't have any troubles and hold-ups?
Well, what I found wonderful is that we actually were 5 weeks early with our build. So, we moved in 5 weeks earlier than our contracted date, and that was just wonderful.
So it takes a lot of your mind when you're in on time.
It does, yes,
sure.
yes. So no, it was great.
And how would you go? Would you be happy to recommend Regal Homes to your friends and family?
I would be happy to recommend Regal Homes to anybody that is thinking of building, especially if they're building in the country.
Yeah.
We have just had a wonderful experience with Regal Homes, and yes, I would recommend Regal Homes to anybody that would or is thinking of building their next home.
Fabulous. Well, thank you so much for both joining us. You're liking your new room, Chloe?
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you for both joining us today.
Thank you.
And if there's anything more we can do, please let us know. You've got your maintenance period still coming up, so they'll be all over that for you and get that all sorted as soon as you get your listing.
Terrific.
Fabulous.
Thank you
very
so much.
Thank you for joining us today.